All right, here is our Wednesday lesson. We're going to be creating polynomials from our known zeros. And just notice our example here. It says find a polynomial having real coefficients with the degree and zeros indicated. That means that the degree they've given, the zeros they've given, those are the only zeros. You're not making up other ones. So, and it says that's the next statement. All real zeros are given. Assume the leading coefficient is 1, meaning I don't need to multiply by 2 or anything like that. That would be a factor of it. So degree 4, what do we know about degree 4 polynomials? They need to have 4 zeros, real or not. So we can see there's only 2 listed here. And if we were going to start writing this polynomial in factored form, we would have an x plus 2 and an x plus 3i. But what we know about imaginary zeros or complex zeros is that they always have a partner. So if you have x equals minus 3i, you must have also had x equals positive 3i. And that would give us another factor of x minus 3i. And we'll see where that comes from in a moment. So now how many zeros am I up to? I'm up to 1, 2, and 3. I need one more. And this is where multiplicity comes in. So we know we can't add multiplicity to a complex zero because it's very specific where it comes from. Such as if I multiply these two together, I'm going to get x squared plus 9. So it can't have another multiplicity, but I could add an extra 0 here. So now I know that I have x plus 2 squared. That gives me 2 zeros right there. So a negative 2 with the multiplicity of 2. And then x plus 3i times x minus 3i. If I multiply these out, x plus 2 squared is really x squared plus 4x plus 4. And now I can fully distribute. X squared times x, that gives me x to the 4th. X squared times 9 is 9x squared. 4x times x squared is 4x cubed. 4x times 9 is 36x. 4 times x is 4x squared. 4 times 9 is 36. And then I would need to combine any like terms and put it in standard form, which is highest exponent to lowest. So right now I have x to the 4th. I only have one x cubed there, so 4x cubed. I have 2x squareds, so I'm going to combine those. So I have plus 13x squared, and then I have 36x and plus 36. All right, so just making sure I did all this right. I have 4x, that gives me 4x cubed, 36x, 4x squared, and 36. Yep, so that is our polynomial. All right. Second example is weird. I want you to look at this. Degree 3. So right here, I have all 3 of my zeros. So this is the same as our previous example, except for I don't have any missing zeros. But check this out. This 1 plus or minus I root 3, these are 2 zeros where I have 1 plus I root 3 and I have 1 minus I root 3. Well, how do I make that a factor? I'm going to work backwards on those. So x equals. All right, so I know that my factor for this polynomial for 2 is pretty easy. It's going to be x minus 2. Now, if I subtract 1 and I subtract I root 3 here, Well, I could write it like this. X minus 1 plus I root 3. And then this one is going to be also x minus 1 minus I root 3. So I subtracted them all as one complex number to the other side. Now I can distribute my negatives here and get my factors in x minus 1 minus I root 3 and x minus 1 plus I root 3. And then I'm going to want to multiply these together. And what we're going to multiply together are the x's and these. So x times x is x squared. And then if I multiply this, I have a negative 1 plus I root 3 x. And then if I multiply here, I have a negative 1 minus I root 3 x. And then I'm going to want to multiply these two together. That gives me a positive 1 minus I root 3 times 1 plus I root 3. So I still have a lot of work to do. I need to distribute my x's, and I need to redo my distribution or my first outer inner last over here. So if I distribute x, I have minus 1x plus I root 3x. And then I have another minus 1x. And then I have a minus I root 3x. And then over here, 1 times 1 is 1. 1 plus I root 3, and then I multiply, and I have a negative I root 3. Those terms are going to cancel. So plus I root 3 minus I root 3. And then I'm going to multiply these two terms together. I times I gives me a minus I squared, and root 3 times root 3 is just 3. So now I can start canceling things out. So I'm going to have these cancel out. Minus x, that is minus 2x. Over here, I'm going to have a 1. These cancel out. And then minus I squared times 3. Remember, I squared is negative 1. So if we're subtracting a negative 1, that's going to be a positive 1 times 3, so plus 3. And I end up getting this as just a quadratic that wasn't factorable. It ends up being x squared minus 2x plus 4. And that I'm going to multiply by x minus 2. And you can see I write too big, so I'm running out of room. So when we distribute that, we get x squared times x. That's x cubed. X squared times negative 2, that's minus 2x squared. Minus 2x times x, that's another minus 2x squared. Minus 2x times minus 2 is a positive 4x. 4 times x is another positive 4x. And then 4 times negative 2 is minus 8. Sorry, I'm curving it there. And then we need to combine like terms. So up here, I have x cubed. There's just one of those. There's 2 minus 2x squared, so minus 4x squared. 2 positive 4x's, so plus 8x, and then minus 8. That was a fun one. All right, we have one more thing we want to go over. At this point, I'm going to start a new video. So I want you to write this down, and I want you to try to factor this. When you come back, I will go through it.